Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a great one for you today. We're using the Divi 5 theme again today. We're going to create a dynamic product page. We're going to just load the content into a little call to action module. No coding involved in this at all, and you can customize your products to look any way you want. Now, Divi has a great little module for Woo products, but if you use it, it's a little bit limited. Doing it this way with dynamic content, you can pretty much build your products any way you want. I've kept mine fairly simple today, just with a title, a price, and a buy now button, which will take them to the product page itself. But we've made the thumbnails a little more interesting by putting a gradient over the top, mainly so you can read all the content here. But it's really easy to do. I'll take you through it. So let's get started. I've got this page open here. Let's go down and we'll simply delete this whole row, get rid of everything here. Okay, so we've got an empty page here. We've got a little footer sticking to the bottom there. I've had some questions about this. Why is it there? To be honest with you, I don't know. This was a Divi 4 site that was migrated to Divi 5. And this is the generic footer. This is actually the widget area. The logo is a widget. And the recently viewed products is another widget over here. And the default Divi footer there. Why it's appearing in the builder, I'm not actually sure, to be honest with you. Pretty sure it's something to do with that migration. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to use a single flex column in mine. We're going to do pretty much what we did yesterday for our group carousel, but without the carousel part. I'm going to use a call to action module. Now I've put my little module in there. We'll go in to the row itself, the green tab, to the column that our call to action module is sitting in. Right here, the column will go in there with a little pencil. I'm going to loop this column. Once in the column, I'm going to go down to loop. I'm just going to switch it on. Okay, all these videos I've done this for anybody that doesn't realize, I'm sure most of you do. You need to have WooCommerce installed. It's a free plugin for selling your products. You need to have created some products, as I've done here. Take a look at our Divi e-commerce playlist or Divi 4 e-commerce playlist if you want to learn how to set these up. If you're not sure, it's really easy and we cover it all in those. But I've got products here, as you can see, and they've got various categories. So presuming you've done all this and you've got your products, we're good to go. Once we've looped our column, we've got to decide what we want to show. Obviously it's products. We don't want to show posts, so I can get rid of that. I'm simply going to put my cursor in there, roll down to below where it says projects. There's another one if you've got products installed. We'll hit products. What products do we want to show? Here you can choose what products you want to show. I'm going to show, let's say, dresses, bags, on sale, shoes. That'll probably do it. We roll down a little bit more. You can explode certain posts or only include specific posts. You don't want to add a meta query. Don't really need to order them. I'm happy with the default order they're going to display by. Publish date's fine. But I do want perhaps 12 products. I don't want to offset. It's going to pull them in the order that they come in, which will be by publish date. Well, this is all looking a bit strange up here, but it's actually looking the way it's supposed to be. What we've got here is we've now got 12 of our little columns repeated here. But we don't want to stretch like that. We want to in a regular page format. And I probably want 3 columns to each row on mine. So let's get that done. To fix that, we just need to go back into the row. Remember, we're in the column. We go back one to the row. Design. We're going to go down to layout. We're going to wrap this column. I'm going to roll down to where it says layout wrapping. I'm going to use this one. And it wraps them all so they're still now nicely in that row. But at the moment, the column that we put in there is stretching full width. I want it to be about 1/3 so we get 3 on each line. Easy fix. Still in the row, we're going to go back to content and back to our column right here. Once we're back in the column, we can go to design and sizing. It's set to full width. Like I say, I want 3, certainly on desktop. If you want 4, make it 1/4. I'm going to have 3, 1/3. Well, we've got our 3 little columns there. Perfect. Now you can adjust for tablet and mobile by hitting the tablet button up there. 3, maybe a little too much. Let's go for 1/2 and see what it looks like We'll look again perhaps when we've got these finished. That'll probably work. Then on mobile, it's got to. I'm going to leave it like that at the moment. You could put it back to full width or 100% if you just wanted one. Let's leave it on a half and see what happens there. We can always change this later. Great. Let's go back to our desktop now and make these the actual way we want them. Now here's the dynamic part. We can go into any of these. It doesn't matter which one. Once we start editing one, it'll do all of them for us. So let's go into one. Like I say, it doesn't matter which one. Let's go to our content and we'll go to text. For the title, I want it to dynamically pull in the product title itself. So I can go over here to our little dynamic content icon, left click, loop product title. As you can see, it's starting to pull in the titles from our products here. Perfect. Now for our content, I'm not actually going to have content. You can do if you want to. I'm actually going to put the price there. So let's apply this from the last thing we did. I'll come back to the button in a second. Here's the content. Again, we will roll over the dynamic content. I want to put loop product current price. Pretty much exactly what we did yesterday when we built that slider. Now, while I'm in here, in the before, I'm going to put a $sign. So we've got a $sign in front of the price there. And apply. Great. Now, like I said, I'm going to go back up to the button here. Button, let's say buy now, or whatever you want to say on yours, obviously. Now, I know you can't see the button. It's not actually going to show up until we put a link in for it. So let's do that. We're going to go down below to link. Here's the button link. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. Dynamic icon, loop product, link URL. So each of those buy now buttons is now going to take them to the specific product. Okay, well, it's looking good, but it's not very interesting with the pink background just as it is there. I want the product image in the background. So if we go down to background, we're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to go over the third tab. You can get rid of this color if you don't want it. I'm going to go over to the third tab. I'm going to go down to where it says background image here. And again, we're going to hit the dynamic content, loop product featured image. Perfect. And when you create a product, you assign it a featured image. And this is what it's pulling into the background there. So at least we've got our products in there. It's starting to shape up. I want to see more of the image. So I'm going to add a bit of padding to the top of this. And then we want our buttons and text to stand out a little bit more over these bright images. So let's take care of that. First thing, let's make it the size we want it. So still in the call to action. Let's hit apply from our last one. I'm going to go to design. I'm going to go down to spacing. It's default 40 pixels on the top. I'm actually going to put 50% on the top. Seemed to work for me. 50 and the percent sign. And we've got more of our picture there. Perfect. Okay, presuming you're happy with the height and shape, let's start working on our text and buttons here. So here's our title text right here. H2 is fine. I'm going to make it semi-bold. I'm going to capitalize it. I'll just take it down a little bit in size. Let's use 22 for this. And don't worry, we're going to make it so we can see it better in a moment. Next down, we got our price. Obviously, we want that a little bit bigger too. And that's actually our body text just down below. So again, I'm going to make that bold. You can change the font if you want to. Just up above there, as you can see. There's plenty to choose from. I'm going to capitalize it. I'm happy for it to be in the middle. I think the color's all right. Could make it that crazy pink we've been using. Should still be in my clipboard. There it is. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. We use that same 22. And our little buy now button. Scroll down a little bit more. We've got it right here. I'm going to use custom styles for the background. Again, I'm going to use that crazy pink. Don't think I want that border. It's down below here. So I'm just going to roll down. It's selected all four sides at once here. It's got 2 pixels on it. Well, if I take that down to 0, it will disappear. And button text. I want it a little smaller, and I think I'll capitalize it. So we can capitalize it right there. Let's take it down to perhaps, well, let's try 14. Doesn't have to be a huge button. It's still going to have a little icon on it when we roll over. You can change that if you want to, but I think that's going to work fine for me. But I've still got a bit of a problem reading this writing over the sort of light images in the background. If you watched yesterday's video, you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go to the call to action. I'm going to go to the content. I'm going to go down to the background again. I'm going to add the gradient this time. Now let's just pull it on top. At the moment you can't see it because it's actually behind that image. If I roll down a bit, place gradient above background image, flip that one on, we can see our gradient, which is great, but we can't see the images. So I'm going to be a little bit sneaky here. I'm going to left click on the blue one. I'm going to take the opacity all the way down, and we can start to see that image. I'm going to left click on the right hand one here. I'm going to turn that into a black. That's pretty much exactly what I want. I would like it to be a little bit lighter at the top and then fade down into the black, but I'm really happy with the way that we can actually read the price, the title, and obviously see the button. So to make it lighter at the top, we can grab this one on the left, just left click on it, hold your mouse button down, pull it down, you'll see it getting lighter at the top there. Don't want it too much. Something like that's probably going to work for me. Obviously adjust it to taste. I think we can still read the writing there, the price and the button fine, so I'm going to leave it just like that. Now I've got some with white tops on them, which are not really standing out against the background. We can add a little border or a bit of box shadow to take care of that, or a bit of both if you want to. Still in the call to action, let's go to our design. We'll close up our button we had open before. We've got a border down here. Again, I'm going to do all four sides at once, or you can do top, right, bottom or left individually. Border width, I'm going to give it 1 pixel. At the moment, it makes it that sort of dark color. Let's use our crazy pink. And like I said, you could also add a bit of box shadow, either or both. Just down below here, I'll give it a simple, just a little shadow underneath, lifts it off the page. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's got all the elements that I want on there anyway, which is the title, the price, and an option to buy it or take you to the product page. So if we've done everything correctly now, this should work for us. Let's save draft. I'm going to hit the preview. And here we have it. It's pulling in our dynamic content from our database, our image in the background there, the title, the price for each of these, and a buy now. As you can see, really easy to do, no coding involved whatsoever. And of course, if you click on one of these, it's going to take you to the product. So there you have it, guys. There's how to create a dynamic product page with the new Divi 5 theme using the great new loop system. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions either about Divi 5 or Divi 4, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.